Hey, what's up everybody? Sega Man back here with another gamer's opinion video about a system that I love near and dear. It's an older system and I want to show you the games I have for the system. And these days this system has actually went up in price. And even worse, the games are really expensive. I think some games you can find just the card for it. But they're very expensive, I believe, if you want them in the box. You know what I mean? I have a few boxes for them, but I'm just going to show you the cases that they came in. And that is the TurboGrafx 16. It is one of the best systems that I loved when I was a kid. I mean, when I was younger too, in my young teenage years, nothing will ever beat Sega. You know what I mean? That's just my favorite. But it comes close, just a little close, when it comes to certain games. Not near as much as the shoot-em-ups that were on the Genesis. The Genesis had the best shmup games for the early 90s and late 90s. They were great games. You know what I mean? And the Nintendo shooter games, shoot-em-up games, or shmups, I have a lot of them, but they can't come close to the Genesis. They're good, but they're not as, they'll never be as good as like the Thunder Force series, you know, Rip Rush, you know, and games like that. But let's get into it here about the TurboGrafx 16. Now, these are a couple card games I have. This one here is called Sinatron, I think. And I did pick this up. I believe it was from, it's just the cartridge, you know, the card off of Amazon, and it was around 15 bucks, and I didn't mind paying that for it because I don't have a whole lot of shooters on there, but this is it right here. It's a great shooter shmup game for your TurboGrafx 16. If you have one, if you don't know about this game, maybe you could try to find it somewhere cheap, but it's a great game. Another one here is called Bravo Man. I just have the card. I paid about the same price, $15–16, you know, for the cartridge. But if you want these games complete, man, even if you want them in the box, they're going to be a lot more, like maybe 50, 60. I've seen some of the games go for over 90, 80, almost, some are $100, you know what I mean, or more. That's even more than you buying the system, actually, on eBay or Amazon sometimes, you know. But let's get into the ones I do have that are in the case. I picked these games up a long time ago at my exchange, and I got them for a really good price. A lot of them I got in a trade. I can't really remember the prices of all the games at the time, but they weren't as expensive as they are today. But one of the best shooters on there is called Blazing Lasers. This is a great game for TurboGrafx 16. I enjoyed this game. It's a top-down shooter. It's a great game, you know what I mean? And if you do decide to get a TurboGrafx 16 and you see some of the games I'm like, maybe you can look them up and see if you can get them for a good price. But yeah, that's Blazing Lasers. Another one here is called the New Adventure Island. That's another great game on there. You know what I mean? Like I said, and it comes in these cartridges right here. You know what I mean? But a lot of these games now, it's more of an action adventure, and it's made by Hudson Soft. Back in the day, Hudson Soft made some pretty unique games, and it's really good. The music in here is actually pretty good. That's one thing about the TurboGrafx 16. It had great music in a lot of their games, and graphically it was pretty goddamn good. And in all retrospect, I don't even think it was a 16-bit system. If I'm correct, it was an 8-bit, I think. Yeah, I mean, but it wasn't as strong as the Genesis or the Super Nintendo. I know that. Now this one here I got real cheap for $5. It is TV Sports Hockey. Any of their sports games, yes, you'll find those very, very cheap. You know, so Another one here, and it's kind of expensive. I believe now, if you want to buy it offline, it's called Deep Blue. That's another. It's hard. It's a shooter, side-scrolling shooter, and you use fish and stuff like that. It's unique. You know what I mean? Graphically, it's really good too, but it is a hard, challenging game. So if you do get it, prepare to keep dying over and over. You know what I mean? I haven't beat this yet, but it's a hard game. But it's really unique and kind of like Calibri for the 32X. It's a little weird like that, but it's just with fish. So that's another great one. Another one we got here is called Battle Royale. I think I paid $10 off of Amazon for this, but looks to be pretty good. I did try it a little bit, kind of like a boxing wrestling game, but it's pretty good. It's not bad. Another one here is called now this is another sports title. This is called World Court Tennis. That was another one I got on the cheap. It was around $6-7. It's not bad. You know what I mean? But anything TurboGrafx I found, I picked up. Didn't matter if it was sports. Plus it was a good price. Now this one here is a little bit more expensive. It is called Bonk's Adventure. That's another great game to get for your TurboGrafx 16. There's a Bonk 2. I don't have that one. But Bonk's Adventure is a great game. I have an import Bonk's game on the Super NES, which is really good also. Another great one here, kind of hard, is Legendary Axe. It's another great game. It's an adventure game. It's pretty good, but it's challenging. A lot of their games were challenging. Graphically and musically, it was great, but the artwork is fantastic for some of these games. But it's a good adventure game. You might be able to find it on the cheap, maybe. I'm not sure about how much they are really right now. Another one here is really good. I have this also on the Sega Master System. It's called Vigilante. The Vigilante on the TurboGrafx 16 is better than the one on the Master System. But this is a great side-scrolling fighting game. It's not bad at all. Now, this is a very, very, very good game. Graphically, and it's way better than its predecessor, which was the first version, Legendary Axe 2. This is a great, great game. This looks like a 16-bit game. You know what I mean? The graphics, the music is very good and very well done. This game is expensive in the case. Very expensive. And I am so happy to have this game. This is a great game graphically, and I really enjoyed it. It's an awesome, awesome game. Now this one here, believe it or not, I found this game at the Goodwill, actually, and it was, you know how they have CDs and movies on like a display, and you could turn it and look. I overlooked it once, and I looked again. I was like, there's no way. I think it's called Opia for the TurboGrafx 16, and I only paid a whopping $3 for this. Now I heard this game is like a Zelda replica, like a Zelda replica, and I found it in there, and I don't think they knew what it was. I honestly don't think they knew what it was, and they charged me $3 for it. So I did try it out. It's kind of cool. I didn't beat it or anything, but I paid $3 for it. But it's a pretty decent game. Another one I got here, don't have no case with it. There's actually two games in here I'll show you. The first one here is, it came with the system, Keith Courage. Now, Keith Courage you could probably get cheap. $5 probably, because it just came with the system, and it's a pretty good side-scrolling adventure game, but you could probably get it pretty cheap. This one is called Taking It to the Hoop. That was another couple dollars, like $5. You know what I mean? It's not bad too for a basketball game, but those were cheap. Another great game for the TurboGrafx 16 is another side-scrolling shooter, which is hard. You know what I mean? You'll die a lot. It's a great side-scrolling shooter, and it's called Sidearms. Now you can find Sidearms on I can't remember which collection it is. Midway, not Midway. I think it's It's one of those collections. You could find this game on there, and it's good. But this is the original that was on the TurboGrafx 16, and it's a great game. You know what I mean? It's a challenging game, but it's great. So if you don't want to pay the money for it, you can find it on one of them collections. I can't remember if it's Tanyo or Midway or one of them. You know what I mean? But it's on one of them. So, and now another one here, which is a great pinball game, kind of like a demon type, like alien type pinball game. Is called Alien Crush. There's another great game on there. This one might be a little cheaper. You know, I'm not sure how they do the prices today. If you just want the cartridge, man, you're gonna. I mean, with the case, it's gonna be a lot more, but I'd say around $15 for the cartridge, just the cartridge. With the case, maybe you're looking at $30. You know, I'm not sure, but it's a great pinball game. Now, another one here is called China Warrior. This is actually pretty cool. It's a big sprite. You know what I mean? He looks like Bruce Lee a little bit, and the guys come at you. Ballhead got different type of guys. You kick them and punch them down. You know, kind of like Kung Fu. If anybody knows about Kung Fu that was on the regular NES, it's kind of like that, but this is graphically better. You know what I mean? So it's like that type of game, but it's pretty good. Another one here, which is it's okay. PacMan. It's not bad on there. It's a pretty cool version of PacMan. Its version on the TurboGrafx 16. I also believe this is on the Sega Genesis, so it's a fun game. Now, there's a girl I talked to at Cash and Culture. She's a big Genesis fan like I am, and she wants the Splatthouses on the Genesis, and she envies me for having them, man, so bad, because I have 2 and 3 complete. But this is Splatterhouse for the TurboGrafx 16. This game is expensive. This game is very expensive. This is a great gore game for that time and era. It is a great game. The music's eerie. The graphics are great. You know, it is an awesome game to add to your collection if you start collecting for the TurboGrafx 16, if you can find it for a good price. Now another one here, my last one here, is a racing game. It's pretty cool. It's neat. It's called Victory Run. It's not bad. You know what I mean? It's a decent racing game for that time era. You know what I mean? It's pretty good. It's not better than like Lotus Challenge for the Sega Genesis, which is really awesome, but it's pretty damn good. You know, for that time and era for the TurboGrafx 16. Well, that's all, guys. Just wanted to give you my opinion on a system that I have and love near and dear to my heart, the TurboGrafx 16. Yeah, if you want to, you know, try to collect for it, or if you still have a Wii, you can get it on their virtual console. I still believe you can buy off of that. I'm not sure. They're going to be pretty expensive though for the digital downloads, but you can play those games on your regular Wii. You know what I mean? I have one game on there called Macropolis something. It's a shooter. I can't find it. And if I did find it, it's going to be very expensive, and I'm not going to want to pay the price for it. But yeah, guys, just giving you a little, gamer's opinion on one of the systems that I love near and dear to my heart and my collection. So I hope you guys have a rest of a great weekend this Sunday, and I'll see you soon with another video. I would like to give a shout out to Carly. Check out Carly's Corner. She's a pretty sweet girl. I like her videos, man. She does trades and stuff like that, and she's really cool. Check out her channel. Check out Hebot, the most powerful gamer. He has a really good channel. I just talked to him on the phone. We're looking forward to doing a podcast soon with a good guy, and decided to do a podcast with E-Rock X, the Don King of Xbox, and Sega Forever, and hopefully J-Long. I like these gaming brothers. They're really cool, man, and hopefully we can get our podcast together soon and talk about these games today. You know, so well, everybody have a good one. Shout out to Randy. He's a cool dude. Check out his channel. I'm just gonna call you. This dude's pretty cool, man. He has a little video. I'm just gonna say Thrifty Gamer. Hope that's right, man. I always get that wrong. You always comment me in the sections, bro. Sorry about that, man. And for everybody else that comments and subscribes to my channel, always remember I will always subscribe back to you and give you my opinions on your videos and the stuff you guys collect. Alright, so take it easy, guys. Shout out to Agent Sleepy. Man, that dude's an Xbox dude, straight up. You need to check out his channel, man. He has, I mean, he has other collections. Like, he has a whole complete collection of Nintendo 64. But that dude, man, he's a true Xbox dude, man. He ain't afraid. He don't care. You know what I mean? He gets the platinum versions, the regular versions. I like him a lot. We've done trades in the past. You know, he's a cool dude. So check out his channel, guys. So I'll be talking to you guys later, probably later on in the week. Alright, and always remember, Xbox Addict for life. Peace, guys.